Recently got an urge to play the Resident Evil games, starting off with Zero. I thought why not do a smoke spot tier list since I'm going through and playing all the games anyways, at least the mainline games. So going to be treating it like any of my other smoke spot tier list videos. It is a little different seeing how it's one big map. I know you can kind of say it's split up into 3 sections. You have the train, the mansion, the training facility, and I think I'm going to just treat those like maps, at least like how like domination is. And without wasting too much time, just gonna hop straight into it. Got the joint with us and spark it up and get into ranking some spots. Cheers. Got the joint lit, time to rank some of these Resident Evil 0 spots. So starting pretty strong here. I didn't start off where at the beginning of the game with Rebecca. I just like didn't have the idea to start recording until I got to this point. So starting strong, I mean we already have alcohol. Got some nice chairs, some seating areas. It's raining outside, so I like the atmosphere of it raining. I believe right here you can kind of see the rain coming down. I think it's a pretty nice spot. I don't know if I'm gonna give a ranking to every spot because I feel like that might be a little too much. Some of them are gonna glare over, you know, kind of some boring spots that I'm not actually gonna be smoking at. So for this one, definitely a top tier contender. Chill little bedroom, not really smoking there though. I mean, you got the bar just outside, so it almost feels like a waste to just be smoking in here. Starting off, I kind of recorded a good amount of the train just because I wasn't sure how much footage I would actually have, but this is an F tier. Like, I'm not smoking up here. You got me bent. You know, I don't think there's a world where I'm even getting the blunt or the joint lit out there. You know what I mean? It's looking cooked. Way too windy. It's raining. Okay, going through here. So I'm not gonna refurbish this. I'm not gonna say, oh, like if this was all cleaned up, this would be cleaned. Yeah, it would be, but you know, taking it for what it is right there. I mean, I'm smoking, and I've said this multiple times. I don't care for smoking in the heat. Once again, like I said about being outside up top, I'm not smoking outside. Another pointless room. I mean, like, honestly, out of the whole area of the train, I really think the bar is going to take it. There's just nothing really else going on here. So this is like a quick walkthrough of like, alright, not that the lore is needed here, but you're trying to stop the train. You just engage the brakes. One person has to do it from the front. Now someone has to go all the way to the back of the train and put in this code. And that's what's going on here. That's why there's a timer. And I just thought, you know what, you gotta run through front to back, might as well record it. So yeah, going through here, you know, I mean, you can see with your own eyes, there's just not too much going on. A lot of hallways. Like, what am I gonna do, just sit down? Like, all right. So this is me getting jumped right here, a little unfortunate. So yeah, if I'm not posted up where the bar is at, I think, you know what, I know I said I wouldn't smoke outside. Maybe in the back if I had an umbrella, like that cold air. I mean, the train's going pretty fucking fast, so I don't know, maybe it would be way rougher than I'm thinking, but I wouldn't mind that. I feel like it would be kind of chill. You know, okay, so I left this in here because it kind of surprised me. I was going through like all the cutscenes, like that little tab that lets you like play shit or play all this stuff, and I had never realized, like, I don't know how many times I've replayed this game, but I've replayed it a good amount, and it surprised me that I didn't have this cutscene unlocked. I think it's always because I send Billy to go handle it just because he has more health. I wanted to unlock that, so you know, I had to hit that real quick. So that's it for the train. Now this is inside of the mansion. So the train ended up crashing. You don't get the brakes off in time, but it crashes into this. Honestly, I can't even think of what the room was. It's like a big room, but you end up going into the sewers, and then the sewers lead you into this ladder that leads you into the mansion. For the train section of the game, I think I would give it probably a B. I don't know if it's getting any better, but besides that bar, that was pretty much it. That's like the only thing it really had going for itself. Yeah, it's a good amount of dead bodies and, you know, zombies probably looking to attack me, but I don't know, I'll tell Spencer to give me the T-virus or like some type of virus to just make me invisible. At least to the zombies and the BOWs. So starting out here, like, I think it would be kind of cool just because it's a pretty big house. You know, I'm not one to really smoke indoors, but in like a little mansion like this, yeah, I'm going to explore. I mean, it almost feels like abandoned in a way. Yeah, there's zombies and other things, but okay, you know what? I take it back. So this is in the clock tower. I'm chilling off the clock tower. Like, that big-ass roach got me fucked up. I'm about to go in there with a rocket launcher, like Wesker's ability, that insta-kill thing he has. I'm going with that. So this is definitely one of the strong spots up here. Definitely got to air out all those birds. Before I like even think about sparking up, we're lighting up those birds. I like the little overview you have right there. Looking down to the front yard. Or I don't know if you'd call that a front yard, but like the front door. The pathway to the front door. I don't know what you would call it. Up here, really solid spot. I think I'd probably give this, I don't know. I said I would give the bar a B. This is just my bump up the bar to an A, put this at a B. That's being generous. Like, maybe not being so generous. I could see this being a C. You know, the bar head liquor keeps that a B. Okay, so this is the room where you get the rocket launcher at. Walking in here, there's like 2 roaches. You know, obviously getting those guys out the way. I kind of like the statues and the artwork. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, something to stare at while smoking. Beyond that, pretty boring. This is over here. I don't know what this is. I thought it was a pool for the longest time, but after you jump into what I thought was the pool section, there's a big ass generator. So 10 out of 10, like, hey, unless you got some plans, that shit is not a pool. You're not swimming in there. Spot, pretty boring. Not really much going on. Nice open spot, I guess, but I'll just go upstairs on the balcony for that. Random little room. Like I said before, I'm not gonna be showing every room, every hallway, just you know, enough to fill the video out a little bit, but wasn't sure how much time I was gonna have towards the end, because I know it gets pretty bad towards the end of the map, so, or the end of the game, at least like for chill smoke spots, you know what I mean? There's no spot to be at. Nice little library right here. You know, got some books. I'm not the one to get faded and read, but you know, if I find something that actually piques my interest, I'm not opposed to it. Not really much going on here. I do like the fireplace though. Like, I know I don't like smoking in the heat, and then I go like saying, oh, like smoking, you know. But if it's cold enough, then the fire's gonna be a cozy heat, and that I can get behind. Like a cozy heat while smoking. That's pretty solid there. That's pretty solid. I don't know if I'd put it over the balcony, but this is another strong spot. This one's probably gonna be a C. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. Faded, smoking, playing some big chess. You know, win or lose. I feel like if I'm faded enough, it's a good time. So we saw a little bit of this from the outside balcony, or we saw a little bit of this from the balcony up top. You know, if I'm gonna smoke outside, I think I'm just choosing the balcony. Like, I feel like that's just the spot. This is another part of like I don't know if I really call this a library, but you know, way more books over here. It would be interesting, you know, if I do find something that catches my eye. I doubt I would, you know, you never know. Now this, I didn't put this in here because it's a good spot, which, you know, obviously doesn't have to be a good spot for it to be in here. We've already seen some bad ones, but bro, y'all got me fucked up. Like, we went from a library straight to a dungeon. Like, I'm good off this. Like, so I want easy F, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know if I can even bullshit myself into saying that's like a comfortable smoke spot, or even cool, or I can take something away from that. Like, I'm chilling, I don't need to. Here I kind of like the statues kind of chill. Still nothing crazy though, and it looks pretty fucking hot. I mean, unless it's pretty cold down there and those candles are really a cozy warmth, I fucking doubt it. So right here, pretty strong spot. You got the wine and boom, alcohol. You know, we finally found a good spot right here. And not only do we just got the wine over here, boom, piano. And you put a piano on any map, anything I'm ranking, and it's safe to say it's probably gonna get an A. Like, you gotta be pretty fucked up to not be getting an A and having a piano. Sparking up a blunt in the church would be pretty sick. Broken down, it has that abandoned feel. It's a nice little, this is definitely a nice spot. Like, I think this could be a B with no alcohol, with no piano. You know, maybe that's being a little generous. I can see it going down to a C, but I like the vibe and I like how it looks a little abandoned. On top of the church, nice little spot, you know, you get to look down and all that, but I don't think that's really necessary. I mean, I'd rather be chilling inside the church at that point, you know, sitting my ass down. This is where you kind of get closer to the end section of the game. So after this point, I don't think you really go back to the mansion all too much. I think this is when you start to go down deeper into like the underground facility. I think I would give the mansion, I think, an A. I think that piano and the bar area really holds it down. Like, I think that's the main spot to be at. Maybe the balcony. I had to stomp the little homie out. So now this is really when you start getting to the bottom. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the spots are only getting worse. At least you're smoking. Like, I'm straight chilling here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have thrown this in there, but it was just so bad that I was like, nah, gotta throw that in there. This little spot, okay, I kind of fuck with this. Like, imagine this little room, a hot box, that little chamber. Close the door. You and two homies. Okay, well, that might be a little too many bodies, but you know, we'll make do. So for the underground facility, this is definitely a top contender. So down here, and you know what? I'm sure you're gonna notice the pattern here. But we got the bar, we got the liquor. Off rip, we're looking good. We're looking solid. We got a pool table. I feel like smoking near a waterfall is kind of nice because, you know, you kind of have like the sound of the water and all that shit. Sometimes a nice breeze. Not here. I think this shit is a sewer. So, like, unless this is like filtered water, maybe I can see it being validated. Until then, fuck no, I'm straight chilling off that. Look at this, another bat. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, once you get to the lower sections, it's cooked. There is no smoke spots. You got that one break room, and beyond that, there ain't nothing else. I'm not smoking down here. Occasionally, I know a big ass frog jumps through. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. This looks nice. Like, I think this looks nice. Posted up, smoking, listening to the water, like, you know, the waterfall. And then you think it's a fucking sewer. Like, I'm good. Like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm trying to spark up a smoke there. This is kind of right before the boss fight, or the final boss. This is one of the other bosses. Actually, wait, no, same guy. I think he just gets evolved. Another bad spot. It's hot as hell. I've already complained about the heat. There's leeches everywhere. Like, I'm good. I'm straight chilling off that. Another spot that I was talking about could be good. Like, if the sewers was filtered water, it wouldn't be bad. It's just natural water. But I think it's just doo-doo shit. Like, I'm chilling off that. I don't need no doo-doo water splashing on my neck or some shit. I'm trying to spark up the joint. It's gonna hit the joint, hit my lips. I'm good off that. Alright, so if I were to put them on a final tier list, I would definitely put, okay, so the way I'm going to section out is definitely the train, the mansion, and then the underground facility. So, okay, so the train, I think I would give the train a B. You know, there's no crazy spots, it's chill, but it's definitely not bad like the lower levels. Going to the mansion, giving it a, you got the piano, you got the bar, and that's pretty much all I need. You got some extra spots, which is just the cherry on top. Now for the last section, I think I would have to give it a C. Like it's definitely lower than the train. Like that, it has a pool table and the bar, which is extremely nice. But you got doo-doo water, you got way more leeches, dead things. I'm chilling off that. All of that I'm good off of. Pretty content with the list there. Gonna be doing. I don't know if I'm gonna do Resident Evil 1 next or if I'm gonna do another video in between. Not fully sure, but I'm definitely gonna be doing Resident Evil 1 soon, at least for the Smoke Spot tier list. If you have any other games, leave them down in the comments below, and thank you.